At the world-famous Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Csail, the Computer Science and Artificial Intelligence Lab, is housed in an iconic building that represents and inspires the outside-the-box thinking that leads Csail engineers to invent new technologies. In 2005, Quanta Computer, the world's largest laptop manufacturer, began a remarkable 10-year, $45 million collaboration with Csail. The goal was to invent the computing technologies of the future, when Quanta's customers would demand human-friendly computing.
但是那个时候我们在想说，下一个应该是那个计算应该怎么改变的。那我想说，MIT 是一个创造过很多新的电脑革命的一个学院。那比如说那个time sharing 的 computing 啦 ，microprocessor 啦，一年的都在 MIT 里面发明的。那我就那个很仰慕 MIT， 所以我就去探讨有没有下一个 mission 在 MIT 发生。
In addition to the expertise on the technology, actually we are looking forward to different kind of things that we don't have within Quanta. One is the spirit of innovation, and the other is the spirit of entrepreneurship. Both these two things are very important to help Quanta to transform ourselves from an engineering-driven companies into an innovation-driven company for the future.
We figured we had to have a name for what this joint project between Quanta and Csail was, and we're in Boston, and Boston is famous for the Tea Party. So the logo was on a ship, the hull of the ship from the Quanta logo, throwing a desktop machine into the water. So the Tea Party metaphor was throwing out the old and starting a revolution.
Barry gave us a charge. And the question he asked us is, what is going to replace laptop as the next computing platform? The emphasis for the first phase was mobile computing.
What we saw, and I think what Chairman Lam saw, was a real shift from sort of computing-centric devices to human-centric devices, as we sort of shifted from particular tasks we had to do from a business or engineering sense to the larger problem of how do we lead our lives? Who do I want to communicate with? What information do I need? I need to do it everywhere instead of just sitting at my desk. I think one of the things that we do best is to not only invent new technologies, but then also think about how to apply them in innovative and useful ways to particular problems. So we had about 10 research teams working for 5 years to deliver sort of new prototypes in a variety of areas.
Prototypes were built in the areas of connectivity, mobile devices, applications, automation, and natural human-computer interaction. By 2010, it had become clear to Chairman Lam and the Csail scientists that while devices were important to mobile computing, the real work needed to be done in the cloud. The project's name was changed from Tea Party to Cumulus. Project Cumulus was structured around 4 areas, the first of which was the cloud's infrastructure.
This thing, which is cloud computing, is changing the way that computing fundamentally works. And in this new picture, we have to revisit the designs of all of the sort of underpinnings of modern computer systems.
The technology that the cloud infrastructure group has developed and continues to develop improved the cloud by designing better processors that could be deployed in the cloud, designing better software, more scalable software that can be run on the parallel machines in a more efficient way, and more secure software whose interfaces to peripherals such as disks are more efficient. And all of these things are things that change the cloud for the better and really enable the class of applications corresponding to multimedia or online education that require the cloud to be much better than existing clouds, either from a performance standpoint or a security standpoint.
For breakfast, I had 2 boiled eggs with a cup of coffee and a bagel.
The second Cumulus research area was natural interaction. Projects included natural language processing, low-power speech recognition hardware, and spoken language computer interaction.
Language is so natural for people. It's very expressive and powerful. It's part of what makes us human. And speech is the most convenient form for us to express language. So I think it's important to develop the underlying technologies that will let people just speak to all these computers in different places in our lives.
And you certainly have started to see this bear fruit with things like Siri today, where you can just, it's not a conversation, it's just a single turn with Siri. And actually that's an important distinction because we've always focused on the dialogue. And building a dialogue interaction is much, much harder than building a single turn.
Show me a sci-fi movie about aliens from the last 5 years.
There are 41 science fiction movies about aliens since 2007.
Which was highly rated?
8 of them were with the rating higher than 7.
Show me the movie with the song Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
The Wizard of Oz was an adventure and family movie released in 1939. It had the song Over the Rainbow.
The final project in the natural interaction area was the development of 3D video technology that doesn't require the viewer to wear special glasses.
The challenge that we have set out to solve was to develop the next generation immersive video experience. This is exciting because in a near future, everybody will have this type of technology.
Cumulus has also focused on 2 application areas that can benefit from the power of cloud computing: healthcare and education. Research in these areas was driven by Quanta's determination to develop applications not only for profit, but also for the common good. In the education area, there were several projects, each designed to leverage the power of the cloud to improve education's quality and accessibility. 2 examples were Pentimento, a tool to help teachers create online content, and Wait Learning, which adds learning to the small downtime spaces that punctuate everyone's day.
Pentimento is an authoring tool that gives teachers a lot of flexibility to not only create their video lectures, but to edit them to reach exactly the content that they want. So now, rather than having just one teacher who's amazing, who teaches 25 kids, this person can create educational content that the whole world can see online.
The idea of weight learning has the potential to provide a new dimension for thinking about how we learn and how we can fit online learning into our lives. That it doesn't have to be something that you focus on as a full-time student, but instead can be something that can adapt and shrink and expand as needed as your life allows.
I think the long-term benefit of this early research into computer technologies in education is that education will be much, much more effective in the years to come.
In the area of healthcare, the first project was the application of machine learning and other advanced analytic techniques to big data to help solve medical problems.
The fact that Google can predict flu a week earlier than CDC in Atlanta, right? Just by analyzing the queries people are making about flu. I mean, it's truly amazing. And once you put your mind to it, there are endless possibilities of what we can learn by big data analytics.
The world of medicine should be data-driven, but it isn't. So what we've been doing is we go out and we talk to clinicians and we try and identify an area where there's a problem and where there's data that could be analyzed in such a way to help solve the problem. So at the top level, what we're interested in is constructing automated tools that can look at data sets, extract from that data information that is actionable.
The second healthcare project was the development of video magnification.
Video magnification really has 2 components. There's motion and there's color. And so the color magnification has lots of applications in terms of watching people's pulse. And so somehow this processing we were doing with color was actually amplifying motions. And that led us to develop this motion microscope to not only understand that, but now take advantage of that effect and create an algorithm that can take small motions and re-render them larger.
As the partnership between Csail and Quanta Computer reaches its 10-year mark, the question is, what has each party received from the collaboration? The Csail researchers have been empowered to invent technologies that will change the world.
At Csail, we like to shake things up. We like to disrupt existing technologies. Quanta, through Tea Party and Cumulus, has allowed us to follow this philosophy of disruptive change, to look far into the future and create, I think, a better tomorrow through a process of building from the ground up.
We've gotten a lot out of having thoughtful questions about how these technologies might be applied. That has really been a wonderful enabler for us. It makes us think about what good is this and why is it good? And so it drives where we go.
And what has Quanta received from the collaboration?
In this partnership, we have developed many new technologies, and some of them may seem far-fetched and futuristic today. But in time, I believe they will become commonplace and will affect Quanta's bottom line. It is then, and only then, will the full impact of this partnership be felt.
Every company is trying to get the best out of the research that they invested in terms of the real products to the market and also the profit they can get. This is our expectations. MIT is doing some kind of research for the future, for the day after tomorrow. And our business unit, we are all dedicated to the products right now. And so what we are trying to do is to bridge our efforts of today and to the future. And that's exactly what we are doing right now.
学校的话是为了发明和创新，这个怎么来放在一起？那要有很大的耐心，很大的很长的一个配合时间，来得到一个默契跟一个交接这样。所以这个无论在台湾、在美国都是一个问题，还是一个同样的有难题了。但是只要有同样的 vision， 就会有这个达到目的的一个信心。